Hey family, how are you? Well, you know what? I was inspired to come and do a video a real quick one. I'm not going to hold you too long, but hopefully you can get this right here. Catch it and hurry up and put it in your pocket. Don't let it fall, okay? But anyways, as you already know, it's cloudy right now. I think this is April 9th, 2018. They're keeping the clouds in the sky, the artificial clouds that they pump from steam coal plants as well as nuclear plants and the elitist different factories like GE Electric and any other factory that have the pipes, okay, to pump out the clouds. Yes, all your clouds are artificial. It's funny because just last night I was I go to sleep watching certain kind of movies and stuff. Um Last night I was watching Planet of the Apes. I went to sleep watching Planet of the Apes. The very first Planet of the Apes movie they ever made, I think it was 1967 with Charleston Heston. Did I say that right? He was the one that played Moses in the Ten Commandments. Uh-huh. He's a handsome fella. Y'all remember that? I'm talking about y'all old heads. And the song was so beautiful on that movie. Watch it. The First Planet of the Apes with Charleston Heston. Yes. The sun was so bright and beautiful. You don't see the sun that sun don't look like that no more, y'all. But something I noticed about the movie is that 1967. I looked up there in the sky, and on the movie, the skies looked similar to how they look now, meaning they were pumping those clouds out even back in the day, y'all. This is not new technology. Okay, they've been doing this since factories. And you have to use your imagination to see how far back it was. Probably as far back as, ain't no telling, put the 1800s when the factory started. So what did this place look like before factories? And to aid with the project of obscuring the sun, they also used airplanes, and they still do use airplanes and rockets to do seed clouding. And the ships are out in the ocean spraying clouds, y'all. I mean, it's so in your face. They don't even care about anybody sharing the knowledge anymore about what they are doing, because I mean, it's a wrap. They know they got this. And if you work for one of the corporations and you try to expose them like Dr. Cunningham at the CDC in Atlanta did, then you wind up in the Chattahoochee River. Now, and you won't be vacationing for a brief time. You'll be vacationing for a long time. Your vacation will be called the vacation of eternity. Hello? They finally found Dr. Cunningham in the Chattahoochee River. Okay? And no, he was not there going on a vacation. Okay? How did he wind up in the Chattahoochee? Are they looking to find out how he wound up in the Chattahoochee River? So anyways, and I heard this is not the first time something like this happened. It happened to another woman that worked for the CDC. Mm-hmm. You once you decide to expose them on that level, okay, it's like lights out. They don't mind us little people talking about it because they know don't nobody believe us. But if you go and you work in a place like that and you say, hey, look, this is what they doing to y'all, then they know you much more believable. Okay? So know that what you looking at, and see they doing this a lot in the northeast and southeast. So we're getting it real bad. We're getting these artificial bubble clouds. Thick, thick, thick. Really, really bad. It's worse than ever. 2018 worse than ever. We can't get the sunlight so we can grow anything. And then the temperatures nosedives in the 30s in April here in the South. I'll just leave it to your imagination as to why they're doing that. And along with that, they are pumping out lithium. Yes, the skies are filled with lithium, a mood altering substance. They give bipolar people that. And that right there is to keep all of us docile. Y'all, we are in a controlled cell. We're in prison here. Just like our souls are trapped in our bodies like a prison sentence. Our bodies are actually cells. I know what y'all saying. It's an amazing experience when you're young and y'all, and you're having so much fun. But try growing older when you get to the point you bedridden and bedbound, and your body is racked with pain and immobile. Then it becomes a prison. It's like you fucking incarcerated, man. Ain't nothing that good about these bodies. Now that's what I'm saying now. But who knows? Maybe I cross over to the other side and say, "Hey, that was the most amazing experience I ever had." Y'all, I'm gonna share something with y'all, and I've done a lot of travels that I won't talk about here. That I'm waiting for Patreon to do on Patreon and stuff because my computer is up now. I don't have any excuses. I can go ahead and get started, but. And I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't do Patreon necessarily just wholly with just doing it. I am going to do some Patreons, but what I'm saying, I may not just put all of it on Patreon. I think what I'm going to do, is put it on YouTube, but make it like a paid video or something. And it's only so that the people who appreciate the material can get it. And the people who are going to use it to get ideas, they have to pay for it and compensate me for it. Okay, I just don't want it to just be free. But I'm going to start sharing my travels with you all. I've seen new technology, a lot of new technology that will blow your mind. And hey, somebody was telling me that a black woman made the GPS. She invented the GPS. I didn't know that. That woman is an oracle. But anyways, what I'm gonna do is I want to talk to y'all about the new technology that I've gone to see. Those Matrix officers have been on my back. They have tried to to throw everything at me they possibly can, because they said that I was a spying on other dimensions, and I'm gonna get into all of that, but I'm not gonna talk about it too much here because I'm gonna start probably, first of all, Patreon will get it, and then I'll talk about it on paid YouTube videos. I'm going to see how to do that, make those videos for pay, and it won't be too expensive. Maybe something like who knows? Y'all tell me a fair price so it can be affordable, but at the same time too, so I can be compensated, and the spies don't win. They pay, and see, most of the spies are not going to want to pay, and that will deter them from watching. How about that? Because I got some travels to talk about. And I'm telling you, some things are coming that will blow your mind. No, I can't even say they're coming here. I can just say there are things that are going on in other dimensions. Other dimensions have these things. They may not necessarily come to this dimension. You see what I'm saying? Because I keep telling y'all that we're not the only ones. And this is what I want to get into. Now, I hope I don't forget. Look, let me tell you something. They're lying to you all. Now, see, I know that the Matrix patrols are going to get on my back. And I'm getting real hot just even talking about it. I'm talking about when I say hot, I'm talking about hot, hot, hot. Like I'm in a boiling fire because they want to admonish me and punish me for telling y'all about a lot of stuff. And I don't want to hear no content creators tell me, she tell everything. You do too. That's why you're a content creator, so you can tell all too. Hello, don't tell me you ain't telling all, because you are. That's why you're a content creator, because you wants to tell it. And I don't tell all, because there's a lot of stuff I can't tell y'all. Some of the stuff I tell y'all about, y'all are trembling. And I probably wind up dead. And I'm not talking about from this matrix system. I'm talking about there is a matrix spiritual patrol that watches over me. So some things I can't tell you. And whoo, I'm getting high. Look. I want to tell y'all something. Now I know where the statement came from. And I was going to talk to y'all about some other stuff. But I'm going to come back and talk about it later. I remember growing up as a child. Hearing my mama talk on the phone to her friends, her cohorts, her staff, because my mama was she was a professor, and she was also a school principal as well as a teacher. She was Dr. such and such and so. Well, I can see this. She was Dr. Davis. My mama was Dr. Davis because she had a doctorate in education. So that's why I said cohorts and staff members and people like that, neighbors, they would get together and talk, and I would sit down and I listened to everything. I absorbed everything like a sponge. And I remember she would always say, or they would say, she ain't bit more did it, or she ain't bit more had nothing to do with it, or she ain't bit more gonna do it than a man in the moon. Or then a man went to the moon, but they would say it was really like then a man went to the moon, but then a man on the moon. So they say then a man in the moon. You know, I'm gonna talk to y'all about a lot of southern cliches later on. But I know that the people who spy on me are gonna beat me to it. And I bet you ain't now one of them from the southeast. Not now. Okay? And they'll be saying now next. But that's a southern term. Yeah, I got some of these content creators on here coming from the Midwest and all that West and all of that out there trying to sit down here and mimic talking like me. And they ain't even from my generation. Now you'll tend to see that a lot of women my age, in my age bracket, in the southeast and older, will have this southern drawl, and it's very historical. And people are trying to come into hoodoo and mimic the way we talk, or mimic the way I talk, because I'm a beacon in hoodoo. So they will mimic it. Now, people who appreciate the knowledge, appreciate the practice, and appreciate us, me, and our descendants. I'm not talking about you all, okay? So don't ever think that I'm taking shots at you all. I'm exposing those people who hate me but study me, because they know that I am a product and a descendant of these particular individuals that are deceased now and they have gone on. Even though I still have people saying that I'm a fake and all of that. I don't know how I can fake being an Alabamian because this is where my ass was born in the 60s. So, you know, I'm getting up there. My age is advancing. So they'll be interviewing me pretty soon. I'm just playing. Asking me about the good old days. But a lot of folks said, Mama, we come here because, we want to hear about them good old days. Them days way back young. Hello? And a lot of people say they admire my dialect, my drawl. And I appreciate you all for coming in and listening, and it means a lot to me. Okay? It means a lot to me. And so, because I want to make sure that none of it is lost. And I know the young people are going to make sure that they preserve this and keep it alive. Okay? But look, I'm getting way off kilter. But so Mama and them would be saying, that's another southern term, Mama Nim. But really it means mama and them. Okay? But Mama Nim, they would be sitting there talking about, girl, she ain't bit more. Girl means girl. Okay? Girl, she ain't bit more went to no doggone China than the man in the moon. So you know what they talking about. And see, those women were oracles. The most southern women were oracles. They are some of the smartest women. They didn't have these formal educations. I'm talking about going further back past my mom, because right at my mom stage, education was real important. And they went to school because they wanted to, be on the up and up, because they knew that it would improve their offspring's chances of being successful. You see what I'm saying? So look. So there were oracles. They were spiritual. Spiritual education is far more important than this here matrix education, okay? Matrix education is nothing but a big fraud. It gets you in debt. You got teenagers that will be in the next 5 years in more debt than people in their 60s and 70s. Because the government is going to hand down to you a 50,000 plus student loan debt. And you got that right there hovering over you. And you ain't even much bought your first car, your first house yet. You ain't even had a child yet in most circumstances. But look, so the reason why I'm talking about them old women that have now gone on, because I don't even hear that term no more. Girl, she ain't did that in a man on the moon. You don't hear them terms no more. You really don't. I'm going to go ahead and do this right here so I can go and kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Another cliche. But look, I trust them and believe them before I believe NASA and the matrix government. Okay? I really do. Because I know that information comes from a high source. Because these dreams I'm having, they had them too. They just didn't talk about it. Why? Because people would label you crazy. And they thought they would get locked up. Back then, they would commit you to the insane asylums, honey. And them things wasn't no joke, honey. Well, they was doing, what you call that, electroconvulsive experiments on people. And giving people lobotomies. Hell, you keep quiet too. Some of the stuff I'm talking about right now, if I was talking about it way back yonder when, I would be in them wasn't nothing but concentration camps. That's all they were. Okay, so What I'm getting at? NASA's lying to y'all. That stuff ain't true, y'all. Ain't nobody went to no moon. That's not true. I went on a travel early this morning. Here it is, April the 9th of 2018. Pardon me if I got my date wrong. I might be a day ahead. I might be in another dimension. Look. And sometimes I tell y'all about my travels and something happened similar to what I'm saying. But look, I was outside late at night. Now this right here is in the trap. It was nighttime. And I was outside of a house that I don't recognize. But it feels so familiar. The house feels familiar to me over there in that dimension. Meaning like it's a place I've been to before. Than it do over here. So that was this man. She said, I want to share something with you, babe. And I said, okay. He was a great, big old, tall, black man. And he had on a t-shirt. The t-shirt looked sort of like it was dingy. But you can tell it was a color that we don't necessarily wear over here. Okay? On this side, you know, most people t-shirts, they come in a variety of colors. But if you wear a white t-shirt, they used it white. But this was sort of like a cream, like off-white t-shirt, which we would probably say looked like a dirty t-shirt, but it looked like he was clean. So he said, I'm going to show you something. He pointed to the sky. When I looked to the in front of me, like going out towards the north, when I looked in the sky, I saw the moon. Now the moon has changed now, because when I was a little girl, the moon was smaller than that. It was a little bit of little old thing. But know that the moon now ain't what the moon was then. Okay? The moon y'all was used to seeing, I don't know how real it is, but it done moved away, or they some kind of way have changed the pattern on it. So I look to the north and I see the moon, and the moon was like big and yellowish looking, like sort of like how it look now. But when I was small, it was real tiny little thing. Moon wasn't big as it is now. Come on, y'all. So he showed it to me. Then he told me to turn around and look to the south. I looked to the south, and he showed me an object. And it looked like some type of an observatory. Okay? The best way I can explain it. It was like a big old white building, like device thing that projected out light. So I was looking at it. He said, now I want you, because see, I was looking towards the south. He said, I want you to turn around again and look at me. So I turned back around and looked at the north. Y'all, as I talk to y'all, these spirit specks are just coming towards me and my eyes are falling. Y'all seen them on camera. And so I turned around and I looked back at the north, and he had gotten so tall I couldn't see his head no more. But his shirt was like a projection screen. And lo and behold, the moon was no longer in the sky. It was projecting on his shirt. A lot of y'all ain't gonna get it. I'm gonna end it right there. I ain't gonna go no further. You know what I'm saying? If you got interest in it, you decode that. NASA is a scam, and it's a fraud. Ain't nobody Bit Mo went to no moon. Hello? It's not true. One of them challengers that exploded back in 1986. And it's weird because I got my first little kiss from a man at the time. It was a man. And don't be saying, "Oh, that was pedophilia," because I was a woman. I was a woman that got my first kiss during that space challenge that happened that day, which was also we'll get to that, but it was a guy named Alex that kissed me on my lips. And I mean, when he kissed me on my lips, I thought about that the whole day. Okay. I know y'all say, "Ooh, mama." But anyway, when he kissed me on my lips, I couldn't even paying attention to that space challenger, honey, because I was being challenged, honey. Okay? But anyway, oh, Alex, I saw him lately. He loved himself some women, honey. He had that trickster spirit. He was what he was, omega sci-fi, a cute dog. And so that's as far as he got with me. He just kissed me on the lips. But what's so weird about it, I went and introduced him to which would be my best friend at the time, which is now my sister-in-law. How interesting is that? And because we used to fantasize, she said, "I wish so bad that you become my sister-in-law and everything, and then you have my nieces and nephews." We was talking like that, and then she introduced me to her brother, which is Mr. Willie, and it came true. So me and Mr. Willie have 3 children together that are now. One of them is in the 30s, and one is pushing 30, and the other one is still not quite 30 yet, but it happened. So, anyways, what's interesting about it is when he gave me that little kiss, which I didn't have an interest in pursuing him as a boyfriend or anything like that, because I knew that was not going to be, because he was a very sexual type trickster guy. I definitely say that Gede was definitely in him. Byron, I'm sorry, Byron Sam there. And so, because he was a lover, he was a womanizer. He was a lover. Um, so I took my friend over and said, which is now my sister-in-law. I said, "Look," I said, "this right here, my friend and everything." And he was looking at her like, "I'm gonna get you next." Okay. And so she shared with me, and I say, and we were like in our 40s or something. Like, we were in our 40s, our late 30s. She shared with me that after that experience, that they would go and have sex all the time in some room. She said they would go and have sex all the time. I said, okay, so I'm glad that I never ever put any interest in that outside of him just kissing me on the lips, and everything didn't go no further than that, which it never would have, because I was like a little church girl and stuff like that. Mama was scared of everything. Yeah, my mama instilled the fear in me. She sure did. But, at the time I was 19 years old. You know what I'm saying? So at 19, I was not sexually active. You know what I'm saying? But she was. Because all she talked about was sex. And if you listen to me good, I'm talking about you, girl. She was a sex fiend. Hello? 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 Okay? So anyway, she said, "Oh, girl, we used to do it all the time, girl." Uh-huh. One time I couldn't wait till my period, she said her period finished up so she could sleep with him. She said, "Girl, he would buy the condoms, girl, and we would be doing that, all day long." I said, "Oh, that's why you never made it to English, okay?" It was so funny because, we'd be in English class and she'd be sitting out there right on a bench right across from us, just sitting out there, you understand, with different guys and stuff. So she used to sleep with a bunch of men. So she don't watch my videos. Thank God she don't. Okay, because she's a Christian woman. She only believes in the church. But yeah, old Alice was getting him some. Yeah, But anyway, so he kissed me on the lips. Space Challenger blew up. and And so we find out later that those people that so-called blew up in the Space Challenger, look it up, y'all, back in 1986. How about they still alive? None of that shit was true. They did that to invoke fear in us. Look that shit up. Them people still alive. They show what they look like now. Okay, the teacher went on to become a professor. Do y'all know that this country and stuff out here think y'all little children? They treat you like little kids. That's why when people overseas see us, they say Americans. Because we just like so gullible and naive. We wouldn't even make it in some of these countries. Hello? We wouldn't make it. We went to these places like Cambodia and Haiti and all these different places. They find out we Americans, honey, they're going to pull the wool right over our eyes and run off with our bags, our pocketbooks, credit cards, and all of that. And they can't do nothing with them because credit cards don't even work in some of these places. I ain't saying credit cards don't work in Haiti. Don't go run around saying that, because I have never gone to Haiti. But places like Cuba, your credit cards don't work over there. Hello? We so dumb. You won't learn what kind of country you living in until you leave out of here. They treat us like they our mama and daddy. Still teaching us fairy tales like Jesus gonna come down in the rapture and get us and take us to heaven. Y'all, that stuff ain't true. That God got the whole world in his hand. He's got the whole world. All of this, y'all, we still living with this. It rained for 40 daisies. Almost drove those animals crazy, crazy children of the Lord. We still living like that. Toting our Bibles around, going to church, so that we can continue the fairy tales with our children. If you haven't already, please rate and subscribe. Bye-bye.